The great DJ Ted Smooth, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a round of applause for DJ Ted Smooth in the building?
Yeah. What up?
When did the idea pop into your head that remixing, unauthorized remixing, you want to call it for now?
What you say? Unauthorized?
Yeah, kind of on, or what? Or it is authorized?
Yeah, I mean, this is very authorized at this point. Like,
okay,
it's on the radio. Like,
but it once wasn't.
I mean, what's your definition of authorized?
Like, you know, it wasn't the label that asked you to remix it. You took it upon yourself.
I come from the golden era, you know what I'm saying, of mixtapes, and where the DJs would do blends, right? That'd be like the either the beginning of your mixtape or usually the highlight of your mixtape. You dig what I'm saying? Where you taking an acapella. It was usually like an old R&B acapella,
right?
And then you put it with a hip hop beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that would just so that's late 80s, early 90s kind of style of DJing and making mixtapes.
Right.
So I've always kept that in my arsenal because it allowed you to be different, right? When you DJing, because from the mixtape, as I was doing mixtapes and it was being popular doing mixtapes, I also started doing parties and became popular in doing both. So I would take these blends that I would do on these mixtapes and I would play them at the club.
Yeah.
And you know, back then, you know, it was usually vinyl. So if you had a hot record, the people basically like heard about it or they followed you because they want to hear that record.
Right.
It ain't like now where like I drop a remix and in Japan they got it in 10 seconds, like literally.
Yeah.
So the following was a pure following, and depending on the records that you had, that gave you an advantage.
Yeah.
So fast forward, and when the mixtape game kind of got watered down and kind of like out of style, I still kept those things in my arsenal.
Right.
And you know, you had Puff, you had Jermaine Dupri, you had a lot of popular producers that were doing remixes, right, at their labels. So you know, they kind of was getting the notoriety for it. And once that started dipping, you know what I'm saying, I was like, you know, damn, ain't nobody remixing no more, ain't nobody. You know, which is really blends. I mean, you look at what Puff did, and those are blends. Like,
well, what you do is the next level.
Right. So, then it all started with a Chris Brown blend. I did a blend of With You.
What was your first blend?
Right.
That's your first blend?
My first blend was Let's Wait a While, Janet Jackson, with the instrumental from Make the Music.
Not even first blend, because the blend era was something.
Right. That was
first remix.
What was considered a remix.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's what you consider a remix. So the blend that I did, the Chris Brown joint, I say that started everything because I didn't want to talk on it. Like, I didn't want to say on it because I come from the era where if we curse, like if I'm on this block and this from that block and I make some hot shit, they ain't gonna f with it just because I'm not from his block. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like, you know, if I talking to some, you know, I might get a little hate. So let me just not say nothing and put it out. So I put it out, and within like a week, like every DJ and their mother was taking credit for the shit. Right, online and posting it, yo, my new, and I was like, damn, man, like I'm gonna have to figure out something to say. You know what I mean? So then when I thought about it like that, I'm like, damn, you know, Khaled talking on these records, and you know, and it's cool and it's accepted. So I, later on, which is probably answering the question that you might have there, later on I came up with something to say on the remixes, which became my tagline, and it became like a weapon as opposed to something that was annoying.
And that is?
Ted Smooth, Straight Face, you remember, right? So after I did the Chris Brown thing, the next one after that was No One for Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Right, so that was a remix, right?
These are joints that made it to the air?
Yeah, I don't know, absolutely. So the No One, I got the acapella. I did what I did with it. Played it for one of the higher ups at the label. The dude liked it. He's like, yo, we just put some bells and whistles on it. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll put your bells, put the little scratches, yada, yada, yada. Right? They loved it. That was the reason why I did Blame It, the Jamie Foxx one. Because what I was doing with these remixes was I was tagging, I was coding my own remixes, so when they play on the radio, I'll get to spin. So I could, if you got a single out,
do all that?
if you got a, well, I've done records, so I know both sides of the game. So the first remix is considered a remix. Would probably be No One for Alicia Keys.
Okay, your hottest remix now.
Oh man,
Can I guess?
You. I mean, go ahead. You can.
Beyonce. Honey, honey.
Well, all right. Well, Love on Top, right?
Love on Top.
Okay, so this is like a really. You ask 10 people that, they'll say 10 different ones. All right, so I'm gonna say Love on Top. It ain't my personal favorite, but I'm gonna say Love on Top.
Too.
Yeah,
What's your first favorite?
I'm gonna say Love on Top for Beyonce because it's like you touched on it earlier. Like when I'm remixing his records, it's like I'm basically producing another record.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm adding drums. I'm getting a mix mastered. Like I'm treating it like a record, and the quality of it sounds like a record on the radio, and the actual record it sounds like its own record, right?
Yeah.
If you listen, remember Beyonce's record was just like, black woman over 40, cool out, elevator. It was just some real soft R&B. Never played on Hot 97, never played on urban radio at all.
Yeah.
You feel me? So here I come with something that's probably the best record, like at any night, at any party, as far as the reaction goes, right? So the reason that record is, well, it's the new wedding record, right? Which was Jermaine Dupri's the Drew Hill or the Let's Get Married.
Jagged Edge.
Right, Jagged Edge. That was like the wedding record, right?
Yeah.
So for another record to replace that record, that's crazy,
Big.
right?
That's huge.
Beyonce performs it. You know what I'm saying? At her show, yeah, she does a segment on her show. This is a classic. Like it's a classic record, and there's not that record, like, any record you want to name that has a climax and then it dips down. Yeah. Like that record is one of those records that I can't name another record that has a climax. It does it twice.
You talking about Love on Top?
Love on Top.
The original, it goes up some octave.
Right.
Something like, yeah.
No, I'm talking about like when it climaxes, as far as like the record going here, like the best part of the record, it does it twice, right? Because the build up is dun, 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 dun. This is all kind of how I viewed it when I was doing it. Right. Like I'm gonna get the ladies, oh, that's my record, get them feeling sexy with the Grace Jones. Then I'm gonna add the claps, which is from No Music, which I produced. Yeah. So that's gonna get them clapping on the dance floor. Like I was visualizing what would happen when I put this thing together, and then when the Keys on Kane drop, that's like dun 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 dun. Everybody going crazy, right? So it does it twice. Then it breaks down again, second verse, and it does it again. You name a record that it's very hard to find a record that does it twice. So that record is just whatever. Then you have Blame It. You have Miguel. There's a bunch of. Everybody has their own favorites, but probably the most popular because of all those factors would probably be Love on Top. Like
your favorite, you said, is what?
No, my favorite is I Love Your Girl by The Dream. I don't even see that's a record that's a remix that a lot of people never heard. But when I tell you it's my favorite, it's because the way I put that together, it was like real clever what I did. I took Lollipop. And I gradually sped it up to that tempo. Before you noticed that it was sped up, the dream start. So now you grooving. And then I used the drums from the Madonna drums from Together Forever. Like,
so it was fun to make.
It was fun to make, and the reaction of it to the crowd. And at that time we was doing our basketball tournament on the East Side. Shout out to Bush, shout out to Together We Chill. We had the best basketball tournament ever, right? 88, I mean, in 08 and 09, right? And that was the record right there. Right. When I tell you I couldn't play that record, play it again. It was so energetic, and at the same time I broke Pop Champagne for Ron Browse. So those are like the two records of the tournament. And it was like they wouldn't, and then a record is crazy when the chicks like it and the niggas like it. So to me that's my favorite because the energy of that joint is just. It's just a dope remix.
Your worst?
My worst. All right, so this is. I don't think I have a worst because.
Least favorite. Maybe you wished you would have.
Well. I'm gonna say this to that. I have a very I have a set of people, right, that I know are not gonna yes me. Right.
That's your counsel.
So let's say if it was the people in here, like when I'm working on some like if you're in the studio and you're working on some it'd be sounding hot. the next day is you be like, what the this shit is horrible, right? So I've done that a few times, right? But I'm honest with myself because I gotta protect my brand. Like I got a reputation of he did it again. You know, you speak to Styles P, he like, yo, he don't miss. Like shit like that is very hard to keep that reputation. So I depend on these people and I do my own little test. Like I'll do some shit, I'll send it out to these people. Yo, what y'all think of this? And this is the same people for the past 10, 15 years, right? They'll be like, you know, they'll give me their honest opinion. All right, cool. So that's the first level, right? Then after that, I'll put it in my car. And I've tweeted this. I've told people that I'm gonna be in Harlem, parked right there. This is my new shit gonna be playing.
With your
right, so I roll the window down, care if it's cold, rain, or whatever. I'll stop in Harlem somewhere where there's people walking, and I just play that shit loud and just sit in the car and see if I get that person at the light to look and be like, because you only got 15 seconds to get somebody's attention. So that's another test that I do. Like if I sit there for 30 minutes and no one reacts to it, that shit going in the garbage. I don't care how much I like it.
Some heat you put
right?
in the garbage.
You never know, right? But those are two tests, and then I send it out to the DJs. Yo, what y'all think of it? Then after that, if it gets then I'll be like, so you know, when I say to that, like I don't. If I put it out, that means I really, really like it. Now, there's some remixes that just go under the radar. Perfect example. Right now, the Tory Lanez Love remix with Mano. Now, see, I'm glad you said that, right? That everybody is going crazy right now. Out 5 months ago, right? But what happened was, at the same time I put that out, I put out the One Dance remix for Drake, which went crazy. So people were like, on the Drake joint. Yo, when I tell you Flex, it was in his email 3 times. And when I was at the station way after the fact, I played a couple joints for him. I said, you probably got this. He was like, yo, what's that? I was like, bro, it's just in your email. Flex took it 2 months after I did it, started playing again, and it's what you hear now. Yeah, the love. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta do the cranium, the Tory Lanez and cranium.
Who?
Tory Lanez and cranium.
Tory Lanez and cranium.
And cranium? Yeah. Whose record is it? Is it Tory Lanez or is it Cranium's?
It's Cranium's.
Okay.
Future and Tory Lanez.
Okay. I can make a phone call for that. I can make a phone call for that.
Good. Perfect segue.
I know Cranium people.
How do you get these acapellas? Do you manipulate them on your own, or you go out to the trenches and, and get them acapellas?
You know, when I do Ask Me Anything on Instagram, that's like one of the most popular questions, and I tell people like, you know, getting acapellas, man, that shit just a hustle. You feel me? Like, me and my engineer, years ago, this is right before the Blame It, because I made the Blame It acapella. Right? Not really, this is the first time I probably say that. A lot of people think whatever. They don't even know what happened with that. So, we was on YouTube looking for some shit. And you know how you pull up YouTube and then on the side, they got the other little pages? So, we looking for something on YouTube, and I see on the side, such and such makes Neo acapella. I'm like, what is this? I click on it. It brings up virtual DJ, like maybe the nastiest, the worst DJ software. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see what the hell this, you know. So sure enough, we sit there and we watch this dude make an acapella with
virtual DJ.
With virtual DJ, but the concept, when you think about the concept, it's just math. So he takes the main version of this Neo record, and then he takes the instrumental from the same pass as the main version, and he inverts the instrumental, so the instrumental cancels out the music in the record. And then, yo, when I tell you, you know, with Pulp Fiction, when they open the thing and it's the gold it's like, oh.
You just told the secret.
No, I've said this before. I've told people like how to do it. I was like, oh, like, we couldn't believe it. So we started making acapellas, and nobody knew about this shit. Like, so then after the fact, I told a few dudes and whatever. Then I kind of put it out there, and people kind of got hip to it. So sometimes I make the acapellas, right? Most of the times, I either get it from some of the dudes that I kind of show how to do it. DJ Rookie from Albany, he's like acapella fiend. Then you got my man DJ Clyde, a couple of dudes that got acapellas. So it's basically, you know, DJs sharing, right? And then you have the other aspect of it where the artists, like I probably know all the artists. So when I got to the level of, yo, this dude's like, when he makes a remix, it matters.
Yeah.
You know, they start calling me direct because I either know them or I know someone that knows them and they get in contact with me.
move that
Yeah.
acapellas
So
in your
so
email.
some of them, like, you know, getting acapella from like Busta is like, to this day he gives me the same. It's the same speech. Yo, you know, you're the only one in the whole universe that had, and he gives me this whole spiel on your bus. I'm not gonna give it. Like, you good? No, so I gotta tell. Like, he goes. So you know,
How
this
long
is
you
I
in the
can't
studio
share.
on remix? I mean, you work
Well-
hard. How long you like?
Well, my bag is over there, and wherever I work, I
you work
use,
on the fly.
yeah, like I just use Pro Tools. Like,
So
wherever my
joints-
bag is at, that's where I'm working.
So it
Like,
might take what? It might take some take a week, some take
I-
a day. That type of thing.
Nah,
Never a
nah. Usually before I turn on the computer and start putting together,
Yeah.
is the idea is already in my mind. So 7 times out of 10,
Yeah.
it works. You know, the other 3 times I probably gotta adjust it. It be a little off key, so I gotta manipulate.
Just like your blends. back
Right,
in
the same
day.
thing. So I gotta manipulate it, or the shit don't work, and then I'd be like, damn, and then I'll start whatever. So I think the most time I've spent on a remix, I forget which one it was, but that shit kicked my ass. I couldn't figure it out for shit. Was probably like, I want to say like 45 minutes, 50
Oh,
minutes,
damn.
right?
Yeah.
Right, to put
short,
together the
man.
idea.
Right, that's
Right,
no time at
but
all.
usually like I did, the reason I remember Blame is because I had to go get my daughter, and I had like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So Blame It I did in 12.
So
like I
Beyonce
remember the actual
put Love
time.
on Top took how long? That sounded a little complex.
That was- nah.
There's a couple things going on.
Love on Top, yo, I swear to God, that shit took like 5 minutes.
Oh, you
Because, no, let me tell you, because I already had it in my head. Listen, I was at a party. I was at this
for
is,
Grace Jones.
I don't want to tell you the crazy story.
No music.
So, listen, Mel Star is responsible for me even wanting to do that remix. You know DJ Mel Star?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the time, he was on Masters of the Mix, right? He was on that show.
Yeah.
So I was doing the daytime party for the daytime boys. Shout to
Right.
Shark and all them. Those are the original daytime. They started the daytime parties.
Right.
So I was doing daytime parties. So Mel's my man. I was like, yo, I'm doing these crazy parties. Come through. I'll let you rock out.
Yeah.
Get your little video, whatever, because you on TV and you get more shit to put out there.
Basically.
So I didn't like the record. I didn't like. I didn't hear it. Like it wasn't a record that was working where I was DJing at. So he's like, I'm telling you, this joint is how you should. So he did a remix of it, sent it to me and all. I was like, all right, cool. You know, like I still don't want to. With it. He like, come on. So I let him get on. He plays Love on Top. Go crazy. I'm like, damn, this record's kind of crazy. Another party. They used to do the daytime parties once a month. Another party comes up.
Yo,
I let him get on. He does it again with the same record. I'm like, this record. The last time he did it, the nigga played the acapella by itself. And the bitches ran on the floor. Said, no, I gotta touch this.
They did the whole dance routine because they know
I
the whole.
never heard Love on Top until I heard it.
Listen to me. So right then and there, I looked at him. I said, yo, no, I gotta with this. I gotta fuck. So this is the day. It's daytime. It's like 9 p.m. now.
Yeah.
At 9 p.m., I left my crib.
Yeah.
By the time I got home, I already knew it. To me, it was a no-brainer. I looked up Love on Top remixes to make sure that nobody used those things. Because to me, it was obvious.
Yeah,
Like, how you not gonna use no music? How you not gonna use Keith O'Kane? Like, to me, it was obvious. By the time I got home, I already had it in my brain. Okay, doing it. Love that. They get their feel. I'm gonna start with that. Remember, I'm visualizing this because I just saw the girls on the dance floor.
That's why it helps the DJ.
So now I've seen them put the acapella. The girls was drinking. They put the drink down. Was gathering themselves. So I remember that. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna get them on the dance floor. I'm gonna get them clapping.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then when that Keys O'Kane dropped, that's a done deal.
Right.
And yo, when I did it, I put it together. It took 5 minutes. Like I put it together. I played it back in my headphones. I was like, yo, it got that energy.
And it
like
was done. It was leveled.
no. It was leveled. It was leveled out for me to hear it, right? So then I'm like, yo, this sounds crazy. My engineer at the time, he's in LA, right? Choco's in LA. Hit him up. So he's kind of, it's daytime over there. So I was like, y'all got some nigga, I need it right back.
Yeah.
Boom, send it off to him, boom, whatever. He sends it back. I get it the next morning. That day is Mel Starr's birthday.
Wow.
He's doing a party at Hudson River,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's there. All the DJs is there. He hit me like, yo, you'll come through the party. I'm thinking it's a late party. Yeah. So I'm trying to roll in there like around 12, 1 o'clock. Yeah. I'm in the crib doing nothing. Yeah. It was a Sunday, Monday, whatever it was. I'm doing nothing, chilling. 10 o'clock, my phone go. He like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, I'm in the crib. Like, he thought, yo, about to fit. I'm like, man, what you talking about? He didn't know that I did it. So I basically did it for, like, I was like, yo, I'm playing for him for his birthday because he was so animate about me with it. Yeah. I said, y'all be there in 15 minutes. Henry Hudson, I get there in 15 minutes. The party kind of cleared out, but all the DJs are there. Yeah. I got on a flash drive. I give it to Ray Z. Because I was supposed to play, but it was already winding down. I said, yo, man, just play this. One time. Play the joint. Plays it again. Now the DJs, mind you, there's a lot of DJs in there. So I'm in the cut. I'm by like where the little kitchen area is at, and I'm just peeping, looking at the crowd, looking for the reaction. Yeah. The DJs is coming up. And dude's like, Ray-Z like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's on the, I can't. Now he's telling them, yo, this test move shit. They didn't have my name on it. Now they looking for me in the party. Now I'm hiding on the corner, and they all look, yo, you seen Tay? He played like 15 times. I was like, this is it. I was like, this is it. Like, you just, when you get that confirmation for, let me tell you, so when's the last time you heard the record for the first time? It was like, oh, the last time that happened to me was Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, at a college party in Post University.
Mine was Rihanna.
Yo, very rare that you hear a record for the first time and people go crazy. Right. So that was the same reaction I got. I said, oh, it's gonna be crazy. So what I did was, I set the label up because, again, I gave him a few free ones. All right, cool. I gave y'all Single Ladies. I gave y'all the other joint with Styles P. Love, right? Yeah. I was like, y'all ain't getting this one. So what I did was...
Is this how you picked all your music? Like, how did you decide what you was going to... You pick all your other...
I'm not going to forget that. Let me just finish telling this because this is important. So I gave it to 5 DJs. And I was like, yo, listen, man. I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm going to let y'all live. But y'all can't give it to nobody because I'm doing something. Just promise me we can't. If you give it to somebody, we're going to have a f***ing problem. So I'm going to trust y'all with this. Y'all got to hold me down. They held me down. By the time that mixed weekend was coming, everybody was looking for that record. These niggas was not giving it up. Sure enough, I get the call. Yo, shout to Footy from Sony. Footy like, yo, come on, man. Like, why you? He said, yo, they looking for you, man. Like, you got to, I said, yo, Footy, with all due respect, man, like, we got to sit down. Like, he like, yo, I just got to get you in the office. That's my job. So I sat down with them. Long story short, they was like, yo, what you want, man? I told them what I wanted. I got what I wanted. Beyonce signed off, yada, yada, yada.